Alright, g'day guys, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to our Through the Breach one-shot. Now, this game, of course, is one that is near and dear to my heart. I love Through the Breach. It's one of my favorite games, and joining me to play today is, of course, my two wonderful Patreons, Neil and Rick. G'day, guys. And joining us as well are two people who are fans of the channel, active users in the Discord. We have DM Stretch and Grizzles. G'day, boys. How we doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic. Doing absolutely fantastically. Now, guys, Through the Breach is a non-D20 RPG system, so we will be going over the rules as we embark on this adventure that I will be taking my players through. But before we get into that, I want to give you guys the chance to interact with the game. So, guys, listen. Because this is a one-shot, it's kind of difficult to play with things like plot twists, mostly because we'll be spending a fair bit of time explaining rules and guiding our players through the game. So, what we're going to be doing instead is, if anyone wishes to, they may take the GM seat, as it were, and throw out a plot twist encounter. So, if you have an idea for something that could happen during the course of the game, type it out in chat, and if I look at it and if I like it, it'll go straight into the game. That's just how this is going to work, because, it's going to be easy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. All right, so, Through the Breach. Through the Breach is a Weird West adventure set in the early 1900s. A group of wayward travelers from Earth, or an alternate Earth, where magic exists and has replaced the use of steam during the Industrial Revolution, have made their way into an alternate nightmarish dimension known as Malifaux. It is from here that soul stones, a very rare mineral, is harvested and used to power all of the technology in the world. Now, for various reasons, our four characters here are currently in Malifaux. I am going to now throw these over to each of the players to introduce their characters and what kind of lifestyle they lead in Malifaux, whether they're pioneers or they're workers working the rail, whether they're performers working at the local, Star Theatre or wherever. You can all decide where exactly you come from. Let us start with Jamie, played by Neil. G'day.
Hello.
Can you describe for us, Jamie, and what he's doing in Malifaux? What is his raison d'etre?
First, Jamie, it's female, but but yeah. So she's currently in Malifaux searching for ways to possibly get a friend of hers back that she had lost.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of traveling around looking for information on where she might have gone. She grew up working or like being trained by her parents as to be an administrator, which her parents were administrators for a far off town. But as growing up, she ended up figuring out that she didn't necessarily enjoy all that fancy government work, and so she ended up becoming a criminal. So she's kind of laid back. She kind of does her own thing, and at the same time gets what she needs done. So
Very nice, very nice. And next up we have Byron, played by Rick. Rick, tell us about Byron.
Byron Prestich Eliezer Crawford. Pleased to make your acquaintance. You may have heard of my father, Sir William Crawford QC. I myself am a junior solicitor with the firm of Gygax and Greenwood, a very reputable London firm. You may have heard of us. I am the office head, also junior solicitor and only employee, but office head here in Malifaux. We were sent through the breach to secure a contract with the guild. My partner failed in that enterprise and promptly went back to Earth, leaving me to staff the office and save face. And in the meantime, I've discovered that if I send back just enough work through the breach, the head office, and in the meantime, I can make myself an absolute packet forging documents. So if there's anything that you need that you can't lawfully acquire, I may be able to assist you.
yeah.
Very nice. I love it. I love it. Following that is, of course, DM Stretch playing Nikon. Stretch, tell us
Hello.
about Nikon.
I'm playing Nikon Kuznetsov. I grew up with a father that's presumed dead. He was a soldier of fortune and went away, never came back. I grew up quiet, quite withdrawn. I speak when I've got something to say. But when I say something, it helps if you listen. I'm currently in Malifaux, serving the 10 Thunders. Don't want to, but it's a means to an end. What I do, I best not say too much. But I'm just here to help a friend out.
All right, very nice, very nice. All right, and last but absolutely not least, Josiah, played by Grizzles. G'day, Grizzles.
No. Josiah. I fight for money. That's all you really need to know.
It's true. That's fine. If you've got coin and you need someone roughed up, Josiah's your man. All right, I like it. I like it. All right. Okay, so without any further ado, let me explain the rules. Now, one of the characters is, of course, the Fate Master, aka me. I get to be the Fate Master. This is the role of the Game Master, the GM, whatever you wish to call it. And we, of course, are in control of the game. In the center of the screen, you guys can see there is a deck of cards. This is, of course, our Fate deck. This determines whether or not we win, we lose, we die, whatever happens, the Fate deck is the one that decides it. Now, our players are known as the Fated. Each of them have 3 cards in their hand, drawn from a separate deck that each of them have, called the Twist deck. Now, with their Twist of Fate, they can change the results of the Fate deck in order to succeed in the various challenges that they have. So, as you watch the game go on, you might see them say, I would like to cheat Fate. And if they do, they will play one of their Twist of Fate cards. These are hard to get, very difficult to acquire, but hopefully they will be able to make use of their fate as best they can. All right. Also, a very special hello and welcome to Penny Wagon Chaser, another fellow Twitch streamer. Be sure to go and check out her channel if you have not done so already. A lot of variety stuff there that is a lot of good, wholesome fun. Okay, here we go. Let's start with let's set the mood, shall we? All right. Now, our adventure begins deep within the heart of Malifaux City. There are a number of small domiciles that gather around the train station, the lights gloomily lighting the dawn as basically the light begins to slowly stretch out in the streets. The lamp lighters moving quickly to stifle the lights left by the waxen lanterns that illuminate the streets here in Malifaux. And the hiss of a train nearby is the only audible noise that can be heard on these desolate streets. The night of Malifaux is dangerous, and few wander its corridors. Now, this is the start of the day, and the first person to enter our scene is Byron. Now, Byron, you, of course, as a member of the very illustrious Gygax and Greenwood firm, are invited to meet with a sponsor who has looked for legal aid when it comes to an investment in a train. A new luxury train to provide comfort, ease, and protection and a sense of well-being when it comes to traveling from Malifaux City throughout the various wastes. This man is named Gruff McKinley. Now, this individual is, well, he's a pleasant sort, but he is quite nervous about the idea of investing so much time, money, and energy into this giant railway, and has a number of concerns. So he's taken out insurance policies. He's made sure that all of the various other sponsors, understand there's exit clauses if they need it, and you've been helping him over the last few months set this up. Today is the maiden voyage of the Siren's Rail. The Siren's Rail is a four-wagon luxury steam engine, and he's there waiting for you on the platform, nervously pacing.
Good morning, Mr. McKinley, sir.
Oh my God, Mr. Byron, it's so good to see you. Thank you for coming. I know it's really early, but it was, of course, of the utmost importance that we speak.
Well, absolutely, sir. I admit I'm barely sure whether this is the morning of the following day or the continuation of the night before, but it's good to see you nonetheless.
As it is to see you. Now, listen, between us, the engine, it's ready to go, and the maiden voyage is later on today. It would mean a lot to me if I were to, well, have you journey on the first trip that the train makes. I need, I guess, someone I can trust on board.
Well, so I'm grateful that you have that confidence in me. I admit that I am very curious to see how this thing runs, to see the operations, if I can put it that way. We've both looked so much at the engineering diagrams that I feel I almost know what a piston is these days, but to know how the staff work, to see how the management operates, that would be good.
Yes, and with any luck, it should provide a very enjoyable ride, for sure. But I'm concerned of a few other things here and there. So I've hired additional security. At this point, he gestures over to a pair of other individuals, both looking a little bit rough around the edges, but you know, sort of. They definitely don't look like Guild, let's just put it that way. Nikon and Josiah, the two of you stand behind Mr. McKinley, and as he calls upon you, step forward. Gentlemen, if you would introduce yourselves.
Certainly. I'm Nikon Kuznetsov.
Josiah.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Kuznetsov and Josiah. My name is Mr. Crawford. I'm a solicitor for Mr. McKinley here.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Now, these will be your accompaniment, just to ensure, of course, your well-being and comfort. That is, yes, that is of course one of my major priorities. I would, of course, be journeying on the maiden voyage myself, but alas, I do have another train to catch, and the schedule, though fast this train may be, will not be able to make if I were to join on the maiden voyage.
Well, sir, that's very well, but are you sure that we need the extra security? I mean, we both looked over the plans for this voyage. They seem quite well protected.
At this point, you may make a scrutiny check. Now, scrutiny is one of the many skills that happen in this game. It's kind of like your sense motive or your investigation. Now, Through the Breach is predominantly a skills-based game. Everything from attacking to investigating is part of the skill check. As this is narrative time, we only flip if there is a reason to succeed or fail. So there is something to gain if of course Byron fails. So let's flip this, as our first card of the game is an 11 of masks. So that's a pretty decent flip.
I have Scrutiny 1 and Cunning 2, so my total would probably be 14 unless there's other modifiers.
Nope, that's perfectly fine. So, with that, you know that your partner does not seem to be being fully honest with you. You went over these blueprints like a fine-tooth comb. You have It is basically designed to resist Nephilim attacks. It's designed to be able to withstand even like obstructions in the railway. Should a tree or a large object or creature get in the way, something to have Mr. McKinley so I suppose riled up about security. There has to be something more, something perhaps with a inside influence if you have been given guards to go in with you.
Yep. Well, out of character, it's not in Byron's nature to question his employer's motives in front of strangers, so he's just going to let it pass.
Well, more importantly, your firm has not been doing overly that well in terms of clients and the like since your partners returned to Earth. So this contract serves to potentially give you a quite substantial financial boost, especially if the contract continues into other projects. If you were to decline, you kind of get the impression that maybe that might jeopardize your chances at these future projects as well.
Oh, Byron wants to go anyway. He figures there's going to be a bunch of upper crust people on this train who will be stuck with him for however long the train journey takes. It's a networking opportunity of a lifetime, and somebody else is paying for the ticket. It's perfect.
Absolutely. All right. Without much tallying, he says, unless there's anything else, I will leave you. The other passengers should be here within the hour, and your journey will commence shortly therein. I wish you safe travels, and please do enjoy yourselves. He hands you a ticket.
Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. As he leaves, it gives both Nikon and Josiah a moment to either discuss among themselves or discuss with their new, new protectee what exactly they would like to do. Now, the information that Nikon and Josiah have. We pan back about another previous hour or so to this scene. Nikon and Josiah, you arrive at this small office where a man sits there and starts scrolling over papers. This is, of course, Mr. McKinley. He, as far as you know, your client, whoever your contact might have been, has said that there's a job for you waiting here at this address. As you enter, he says, "Come in, please, sit down. We need to talk. Are you the men that the Ten Thunders sent?" He says, kind of under his breath.
I kind of slowly nod.
You could say that.
Well, you don't look like much, if you don't mind me saying. I was kind of expecting, I don't know, more people or bigger people. Keeping in mind, the world of Malifaux is accustomed to having people of about 8 foot tall. You know, there are people out there who can get to quite a size.
I find it's more about skill and using your brain.
He looks over at Josiah.
If you want someone protected, sometimes it is easier to have the protector blend in with the others in the area and not stand out.
Well said. I guess that makes sense. Now, I need you to understand, what I'm about to say to you cannot be known to any of the passengers, nor the man I am hiring you to protect. Rumor has it that one of the investors is an enemy of let's just say a very important sponsor. And he wants to make sure that his business doesn't get crossed over with his enterprise here. Are you aware of the Barrow Gang?
Barrow Gang?
Yes. A group of highwaymen, ne'er-do-wells and the like, who often prey upon the people traveling through the Badlands of Malifaux. Led by a man by the name of Parker Barrow, You may remember, you may know the name Barrow from one of the names on the side of the building.
It does ring a bell.
Yes,
Yes.
well, rumor has it that someone has given the train's itinerary and even blueprints to members of the Barrow Gang for cheap coin. Filthy swine, he says, walking over to a bottle of brandy and pouring himself out a glass. He takes a drink of it before looking back at you. I don't know who this person is, and I don't care to find out, but I need to make sure this maiden voyage goes well. I stand to lose so much money if they attack. I'm sending you with a man. His name is Byron. He's a lawyer. He has worked about as closely on this project as anyone, but it has no connection, as I know, to the Barrow Gang. He'll be able to notice if anything is out of the ordinary very quickly. Stay with him, and if he does, ensure that your priorities shift accordingly.
Not a problem.
I understand.
He takes another drink and he says, your money is there on the table. 4 script now, and another 4 script when you return.
Go over, pick up the money.
Yep.
Feel the weight.
Feels
Give him a nod.
all right. Cut back to an hour after the scene with Byron. All right. Here. Okay.
All aboard!
The sound of the train and the rustling of the people as the platform is filled with a number of passengers. There are, of course, the wealthy and the illustrious that seem to gather here, as well as a few punters here and there who have managed to buy tickets. One of which appears to be none other than Jamie. Now, Jamie, you have heard about this luxury trip and have procured a ticket for yourself. You have business up at Contract Town 57. The issue is trying to get there by wagon often has been quite perilous, and having traveled through the realms of Malifaux for some time, you know that if this train and all it's been hyped up to be is true, then it's your fastest and safest way to get there. As you arrive, you can kind of take a look around the platform. People are starting to board, and you look at your ticket. You then have a moment. You look around. Your ticket's not in your pocket. Your ticket's seems to be missing. And you look nearby and can see, you can see basically everyone as they're boarding in. You can't seem to see what's happened. Make a notice check as you scan the crowd.
Okay.
That is
I'm going.
one of rams. Now,
I'm gonna
before you,
interject. Oh,
now,
sorry. go
yeah.
ahead.
Now, before you do that, so with a one of rams, that is going to be a 1 added to his notice skill. However, as he is one of the fated, he may cheat a card from his hand to change the result. So, what would you like to change the result to?
I'm going to change it to a 7 of rams.
All right, with a 7 of rams plus your notice, what do you get?
And notice was cunning.
Yes.
So I get a 10.
A 10. All right. With a 10, you look through the crowd and you can see there is a small pickpocket slowly lifting people's wallets. He seems to look in your direction to see if he's been followed and spots you. What do you do?
I'm gonna bump into him and say, "Oh, I'm extremely sorry."
Oh,
are you
the small
all right?
child who's seeing you and running?
Oh, I thought he was like just past. Okay. I'll kind of walk in his direction at him.
Oh, he bolts.
There's nowhere he can go. I'm gonna bolt after him.
All right, you start to bolt after him. Okay, we are now going into a portion of the game known as the ongoing challenge. Now, in an ongoing challenge, there is a number of successes that is required in order to overcome the challenge before a number of failures. As this is a relatively simple challenge, we are going to need 2 successful checks before 1 failed check. Now,
What?
in order to do this, I will give a list of skills that can be used in order to overcome this challenge. The first is notice, the second is athletics, and the third is stealth. So those are the 3 skills you might use in order to try and catch this little child. So, what would you like to flip first, Neil?
I'm going to do stealth to try and avoid his eyesight and kind of dart in between the crowd.
All right. That is a 13 of tomes.
So the grace.
The target number is 9.
Okay, I got it.
What did you get, though? What was your total?
17.
So 9 to 17. Now, here's a cool thing. In this game, there is what's called a margin of success. There's a TN, or a target number, and every 6 increments beyond that, you get a margin of success. Because you got a margin of success on this, you only need to succeed once. As you sneak up and disappear from the line of sight, the child looks around. He's pretty confident he's lost you when he suddenly just bumps into you in front of him.
Nice try, kid. Try another 10 years and you might have succeeded. And I'm going to take the wallet.
Yeah, you reach into his pocket forcefully and drag out your ticket. Or at least
Actually,
that's what you think. You kind of grab the kid, but do you do anything else to the kid, or do you just kind of shove him aside?
I was gonna try and grab all the wallets that he has.
He's got quite a few.
Okay, well that's what. As I forcefully go, I'm gonna try and grab all the stuff from his pockets.
All right, we are going to make a grappling check as you try to hang on to the kid enough to grab onto the wallets. So as you do so, let's see what happens here. Oh man, yeah.
Yes.
13 of masks. You grab the kid and you empty out his stash. What do you do with him once you've taken the wallets?
I kind of I'm gonna hang on to him, make sure he doesn't get any more trouble. It's like
The train is
wanna learn
boarding
how to-
and it's going to leave without you. You're pretty sure the
Oh.
kid doesn't have a ticket. Well, at least not anymore.
I take a ticket and give it to him, and I keep one of the other tickets. Assuming there's multiple tickets. If there's-
Yeah, there's a couple of tickets. Okay, you give him someone else's ticket, and then you keep your...
I'll drag him on the train with me.
All right, I'm going to ask, what is your intention with this small child you are now kidnapping?
You want to learn how to really pickpocket someone? You gotta learn from the best. Follow me around, and I'll show you how it goes.
All right, make a charm check. So this is a let's go with a you can choose to do leadership. You can choose to do bewitch. You can choose to use convince, which is an intelligence one. But what would you like to try?
Are any of those cunning?
No.
Okay. No, I don't have any of those. So.
Doesn't matter what you have. What do? You've already done this.
Yeah. I guess just trying to convince him that I'm better than he is and that he could learn from me.
All right. Convince. So let's make a intelligence of 8 of crows.
That would be a 5.
All right, with a 5. Wow.
I'm not very smart.
-3 intellect. Wow.
Yeah.
The kid tries to pull himself out of your grasp, basically calling you a nutcase. And he then quickly yells out to the guild guard, Guards! This guy's stealing wallets! The guards look at you and immediately see you've got a fist or an arm full of stolen wallets that you've taken from the kid.
Wave to them as the train's going by.
You're not on the train yet.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, they're chasing you. They blow their whistle and they say halt, and you hear them. They're bolting after you.
I run up to the train.
All right, you're running onto the train. All right, do you still have the wallets with you?
No, I would have dropped them as I'm running. But
All
I
right.
kept it for a ticket, so.
Very well. All right, you drop the wallet and you run. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Nikon, Josiah, and Byron, you guys see the commotion that is just happening off to the side. What's your response to this?
I watch intently what's going on, see if I notice exactly what's going on.
What you can see off the outset is you hear a child calling out that there's someone who's pickpocketing. You look over and the guild guards are starting to rush, Jamie, and he quickly dives on board the train.
See him as a minor pickpocket, not so much a threat to my mark. I keep an eye on him, see what he does, and just try and make sure, and look around as well to make sure it's not a distraction for something.
Ooh, very nice. Make another perception. Make a notice check for me. Jamie, while he's doing that, what would you like to be doing?
Oh. Well, as I'm kind of.
Yeah, sorry. I meant Josiah.
you're
My
good.
bad. That was my fault.
Oh.
That was my fault. I got the names wrong. They were both J's.
You all
Josiah.
make mistakes. Well, while everybody's looking outside, it's always a good idea to look inside. So I'm just scanning the people inside as well, but I'm not really paying attention to what was happening outside.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that Josiah, you're boarding the train, and you are from the inside. You're kind of just inspecting the carriages. Now there are 4 carriages here, and I'm gonna write this in chat so that you guys have it. But I'm also going to label it. So apart from the engine room, which is obviously at the front of the carriage, and the coal wagon, which is directly behind, you have a baggage cart, which is behind the coal and between the coal and the people. You then have first class, second class, the dining cart. Sorry, first class, the dining cart, then the second class, then economy. Economy plus, because that's what they tell people the last class is nowadays, right? All right. So anyway, so those are the different sections of this particular carriage. Now your client has been asked to travel in first class along with some of the rich and wealthy. So you kind of start looking through the first class. You can see there are a number of people who catch your eye. A few foreign traders, some people wearing very, very brightly colored clothes that look like they're maybe from India or from Southeast Asia. You make your way to the dining cart, where you can see there is, of course, a long bar with a bartender that seems to be working it, as well as several small booths where people would dine. In second class, you can see that there is like kind of tinier booths than the first class one, but everyone for the most part is able to sit with some relative privacy. And in third or economy class, you can see that it's almost like a bus. Like, there's just rows and rows and rows of people just kind of facing each other. There's like the luggage is just above everyone's head. It looks pretty standard for economy. But even though, it looks very clean, the seats look comfortable. There's definitely a more hoity-toity air even in the third class. Not by much though.
As I'm passing between cars, can I check the couplings on each one?
Yep, the couplings look. Yep, you check the couplings. Couplings look pretty sturdy and fine. A lot of the mechanism does look very robust. I'm gonna say along this as well. You're going to also just check things like the windows and the like, and you find that the windows themselves are not only closed, there is a way to open for a little bit of air, but on the exterior there appears to be massive wrought iron bars that seem to shield or armor the glass. Byron.
Does seem fairly secure.
I figure that Byron is probably somewhere between Josiah and Nikon. So he's probably just in the process of getting on and seeing the disturbance. Will attempt to convince. Constable, I'm sure there must be some misunderstanding. Clearly, this young woman has a ticket. The conductor here can verify that. Might I suggest that it may have been a ploy to distract attention from that young man who's eloping over there? I will attempt. Well, no, you can suggest what that is, but I would like to convince the guard constable that they are pursuing the wrong person.
Well, that will definitely be a deception check. So let us make deceptions. With a 6 of rams as you attempt to swindle the constable into a different direction.
Total of 8.
8 is enough, as the constable is not a very high-ranking individual, and yeah, this is pretty straightforward. All right, so the constable, as you say this, goes, thank you, sir. Quick, he went that way. Get a move on! Hurry! The guards immediately break off pursuit from Jamie and start making their way into the streets. Jamie, you lean out of the train and look at. You make eye contact with Byron.
I look at Byron. I just smile at him and I kind of bow outside of the train when I make my way inside.
All
I'll
right.
turn to myself. That young lady should probably take a care to draw less attention to herself.
All right. You all enter, and as you do, the train whistles, and the engines begin to churn. Steam hisses out of the sides as the last passengers board, and you are off. All right. Now, as you begin to pull out of the train station, you can see the city whizzing past you. You see the buildings of the downtown area, eventually parting ways towards the large and ominous gates of Malifaux, which swing open with a creak as the train approaches. As it does so, you pass by a familiar tree, a large, gnarled place known as the Hangman's Tree, and begin to make your way north. Now, traditionally, this northern rail would lead you to the breach, the portal that leads back to Earth, but instead, the rail switches with a click and a clatter, and you are suddenly taken westward into the Badlands. The scape of the Badlands is dark and desolate, with dry soil and burning heat scorching this place, leaving little vegetation. As the train pushes out, you see people begin to get more comfortable with moving around the cabin and the space, stretching their arms and their legs, and beginning to enjoy the ride, as it were. Now, Jamie, at this point, you are in Economy Plus, and there are a number of people here who are kind of restless, playing music, trying their best to enjoy the ride. Byron and his two guards, they are in first class. And here there is this quite elegant kind of music that seems to be playing. Let me get this here real quick. There we go. Come on. So in the first class, there is a man who sort of walks past around, trying to take your breakfast orders. He offers things like eggs Benedict and full English, as well as some pressed wheat and corn, served with milk and assortment of honeys and jams. Fresh made crepes by the chef on board.
I order a light meal. I don't want to eat too much while I'm working. I don't want a
Yep.
full stomach.
Bangers and mash with some peas is on the cards for a very small dish.
Sounds good.
I just want a coffee. Just want to be alert.
Yep. You order a black coffee, which they absolutely prepare for you. It's quite a nice dark roast. Byron?
Thank you. Crepes, please, but perhaps would it be appropriate for me to take it in the dining room?
Oh, of course, sir. No, there is no issue with that at all. It should be prepared for you within 10 minutes. Unless, of course, sir would prefer a more specific time.
No, 10 minutes will be fine. I might take the opportunity to stretch my legs.
The waiter bows and goes to continue taking the rest of the first class passengers' orders. Now, at this period of time, you guys are, of course, enjoying the accommodations and the like. Jamie, there's a strange individual here who appears to be quite rough around the edges. He kind of reminds you of a guy you knew in prison once. His name is Alexei Molotov. Just because I can't think of another name. Now, Alexei, you know, was he was a snitch. He had a very loose tongue and liked to share a lot of information. Last you heard, he got out and was put into witness protection. And you know that he ratted out on some of your friends earlier this year.
Gonna kind of walk up, but not like super obviously. Just kind of stand next to him and be like, "Where's your protection now?"
He looks over in your direction, and he
Nice wave
says,
to him.
"Butcher boy, I guess they let anyone in this kind of wagon."
"So what are you doing here?"
I'm getting out of Malifaux. There is too much heat. What business is it of yours, huh? You come to bother poor Alexei? Listen, if you and your friends knew how to hide what you were doing better, then Alexei would have nothing to snitch on. This is as much your fault as it is Alexei's. And if you've got problem, then, well, then we can deal with this Russian way.
No problem here. I kind of do what I need to. You know that. Things.
And
You
what
see-
is
you
it
see
you
how
need
it
to
works.
do, huh?
Well, I heard. I've got something going down in Contract Town
Oops, sorry.
57. I need.
Hold on.
So.
Hold on. I just remembered I had the banquet music.
Oh.
There we go.
You realize you just told the known snitch where you're going?
Oh. Yeah.
There.
Well.
It's good to know.
She's not smart, remember?
That's true.
But yeah, so I'm looking for information on someone I lost a while back.
Yeah? Well,
They just disappeared, so I'm trying to look for them. I heard
well,
that I could
Alexei, he knows things. He hears things. People talk when Alexei is around. Maybe I know something, maybe I don't. What's it to you?
I forgot what that character's name was, but you remember the pugilist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what her name was, but what was it?
It seems
Anyway.
like your backstory
I
is
seem to-
is built on balsa wood. I perhaps maybe think of name right now. Because Alexei, he cannot find person who's looking for does not know his name. Yeah, Alexei, very good listener.
Her name was.
It's okay, don't stress yourself. Clearly, this person very important.
This is where you just make something up.
I know. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. That's a very
She's
common
pugilist.
name.
She goes by Bethy.
Alexei knows of a few people called Bethy. Damn it. Fine, Wolven. Jesus. All right. We've just had a insight bonus just claimed. So for this, you get a free piece of information. Alexei is feeling a little bit generous today, and he will tell you the following. He will say that he heard that there is someone here who trades in information about missing people. Specifically, there is an individual, let's say, a man who is associated with the Ten Thunders called Nikon, who is on board this very vessel. However, he is also traveling with a well-known, well, I guess, I wouldn't say sociopath. I would say just a criminal with a violent disposition named Josiah. The two of them have associations to the Ten Thunders, and the Ten Thunders know what has happened to this Elizabeth that you might be seeking.
Thank you very much, Alexei.
Yeah.
I owe you one.
No, you don't. Don't ever come back here again. Don't look at Alexei. Don't pretend like you are friend with Alexei. You are not friend with Alexei. You are reason
Trying to close
Alexei.
ties.
You are the reason that Alexei had to spend 2 months hiding in a chicken coop. You leave Alexei alone.
All right.
Brask,
Have a good-
podcast.
Have
All
a
right.
good protection so I walk away.
Okay. We pick up in the dining cart. Byron, Nikos, and Josiah. Nikon and Josiah. You are all enjoying your various things. So Byron, you're eating your delicious meal, and Nikon, you are as well. Josiah, you have been given a hot cup of Joe, which is absolutely delightful. When from behind, you can see Jamie entering the scene. He seems to be casting a weather gaze out and looking around, and you kind of catch his eye. Now, Jamie, what's your initial reaction when you walk in? Describe yourself entering the dining car.
Ooh, can I pick up something here very quickly? Sorry to butt in.
Yeah.
Byron would prefer to be at a separate table than with Nikon and Josiah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't imagine it any differently.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. Walking in, Jamie. She smells. She doesn't get a chance to smell amazing food often, so she just smiles and takes in a big whiff of it all. And then she kind of goes around and just looks up the food.
Okay. As you enter, you notice Byron, who was the man who helped you on the train deck earlier on. He seems to be quite enjoying the delicious breakfast placed before him. On a nearby table, literally directly overseeing where he is, are two other individuals that look more like they belong in economy plus than they do in first class.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to Byron. Is the seat taken?
No, well, no, ma'am. Please. I have to say though, I'm surprised to see you here.
Well, I do apologize for my unsightly behavior earlier. I do have to thank you for that.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my ticket was stolen from me, so I attempted to get it back, and he raised alarms, and the way that I look right now. Being like I have like a hide leather, like a hide jacket on and a bow on my back still. You know, they I wouldn't assume they'd believe a 25-year-old compared to an 8-year-old child or 10-year-old child. So thank you very much for that.
Well, as I said, you're welcome. I figured it was some misunderstanding.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I,
I'm sorry. I'm hoping to meet someone. Was there
Oh.
someone that you were looking for in particular, or some business that you had up here?
I mean, I'm on my way. I'm just over heading to town 57. So.
Oh no, I didn't mean on the train so much. I meant in the dining car.
Oh, I mean, it just smelled so wonderful here, but.
Well, you'll forgive me saying so, but I presume yours was an economy plus ticket, and the conductor might not look kindly on you coming up here.
I mean, no. I mean, I just can't be found by the conductor. All right. I just smile at Byron.
Well, there is that. You've picked a good time for it. The conductor will be more busy checking everyone's comfortable and tickets and that kind of thing. But I'm just suggesting that while I appreciate your kindness in coming to say thank you, I'm concerned that you wouldn't want to be found out of place again.
That is absolutely right.
As Byron says out of place, you can kind of get the impression that he's sort of talking about the low socioeconomic status in which he can see Jamie belonging. Byron, of course, being this lawyer with very, very, basically, he basically is wearing his train attire. Like, when he boarded the train versus what he was wearing on the platform has already changed, right? It's like, there's just definitely a very, very noble sense about this individual. Nikon and Josiah, while these two are discussing, I need the both of you to make me notice checks, as you are currently running security for Mr. Byron. So, notice check number 1 for Nikon is an 11 of tomes. For Josiah is a 2 of masks. Do either of you wish to cheat, fate, and get a better result?
Good.
I'll cheat.
All right, what are you going to cheat to?
So 5 masks.
5 of mask, which brings your total to
6.
6. And Stretch, what was yours?
I'll.
So you got an 11 plus.
Notice I've got 1, so it's
1.
an added 1.
Okay, so Josiah, you're focused on this individual. You don't know if Jamie will go squirrely, so you're kind of like eyes on this individual. Nikon, you take a quick look around the dining cart and you realize that there's no one in it, which is really strange. Like less than a few minutes ago, when the conversation started, there were a number of people dining. And the bartender behind this very beautiful mahogany bench has also seemed to have disappeared. It is almost unnervingly quiet as you sort of cast your gaze around. It is at that point you notice behind one of the separating doors there is a man with a thick mustache that seems to be sort of fiddling with something.
Josiah, a very gentle foot tap under the table, and kind of eyes go around, and I do that, and then I do the eye pointing at the guy with the moustache. So heads up.
And I've kind of checked the other door as well.
As you check the other door, you quickly move over to it. Grabbing onto the handle, you realize instantly it is locked.
I get myself ready to move in front of Byron if I have to.
Yep, very well. You stand at the ready. Now, at this point, you hear the sounds of metal sort of stretching and straining. As it does so, you realize, Josiah, straight away, it is the sound of uncoupling. As the latches that attached the second class and the economy plus class has now been decoupled and is drifting away, leaving only first class and dining attached to the engine as it careens forward. As it begins to move, you swiftly start making your way to the front to see where the mustached man happens to be. And sure enough, it looks as though he is robbing the first class. He walks in with a pistol in hand, and you can't hear him, but you can see him sort of pointing his gun over at a number of individuals in the cart, who immediately begin handing over their valuables. To the side, through the windows and through the metal bars, you can see but not hear the sounds of the horses that seem to be riding on both sides. Desperados who seem to be following up in suit with the train, which has begun to slow down. All right. The scene is now yours as we go into a dramatic, I said. There we go. And nope, doesn't want to do it. Fine. I will make my own music because I can. Exactly.
Anyways, I'm gonna move back to Byron. Mr. Byron, ma'am, it appears the train is being robbed.
I didn't do
Not
it.
so nice. I hold Byron by the arm, not too forcefully, hand on the head, and I move him to a safer spot, away from
Alright.
any windows or anything.
No sooner than you do that, there is the sound of a gunshot that rings out. There's a sound of a gunshot.
Turn to Byron and say, apologies for the roughness, but a gunshot will be a lot rougher.
Please, Mr. Kuznetsov, I am not a porcelain doll. He will reach into his jacket and pull out a pistol.
I nod and give a wry smile.
All right. Now, the windows on the sides of the train are still glass and are being shot at by, of course, the riders on the outside. On either side of the train, there are two riders, each on their own horse, and each pointing a pistol or a rifle in your direction. We are going to go into dramatic time, which is our combat time. Everyone is going to be flipping initiative, and then we will see who goes first. Let us begin. We start with... Here we go. All right, so we're going to be starting with Neil as Jamie. Your initiative is a 6 of masks. Then we go to Byron, which is a 5 of crows. Nikon, which is a 1 of mask. And Josiah, which is a 3 of tomes. What is our initiative order, please, gentlemen?
Total of 5 for Josiah.
Just
Right.
remind me quickly, Michael, initiative calculations are based on?
It is notice, ranks, and speed.
So 6. I have a 9.
All right, 9 for Jamie.
I am on 5.
Right, 5 for Byron. Yep.
My initiative is +4, so that'll be 5.
5 as well, so we got 3 people at 5.
Okay.
Well, you're all in sync, I'll say that. All right. And that is Nikon at 5. All right. The Banditos, as they are called, have an initiative of 9. So, Jamie, you get to go first.
All right. Seeing as these 3 lovely men are here, I'm going to take the opportunity to shoot at the banditos outside of the train.
All right. You lean out the window. You use the butt of your gun to sort of clear some of the glass. You aim your pistol or rifle? Bow.
bow. Yeah.
You aim your bow, drawing it back.
I'm gonna shoot at one of the horse's front legs.
You're gonna shoot at the horse. Oh, there's a special place in hell for people like you. All right.
Yeah.
So, shooting at the horse. You get a 4 of crows.
That's archery, so, and then grace for it's a 9.
All right. With a 9. You shoot the horse in the leg. Because you equaled its armor, we flip 3 cards and take the lowest. This is basically our margin of damage. So, by flipping 3 cards, we then figure out whether you got a low, a medium, or a high damage. With a 10, an 8, and a 12, the middle bracket is where we're looking at. So 8 is the lowest. So that is whatever your middle number is for your damage. So there should be 3 numbers. Your low, your medium, and
For
your...
the middle, that's
Yeah.
2 damage, and I was using a barbed arrow.
Sorry, one more time?
Oh, it's 2 damage, and I was using a barbed arrow.
He really is a heathen. He's shooting barbed arrow.
All right. The horse takes 2 damage. However, it is not impeded by your attack. And it continues to gallop. Those 2 banditos on that side are so pissed off at Jamie. And they are both going to attack Jamie.
Uh-oh.
Because they love their horse. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, but you do have a second action. So your first action was to shoot. You can shoot again if you would like.
Yeah, I'll shoot the other one.
The other horse?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your attack as you shoot the other horse. You get a 2.
I'm going to interject with a 10 of tomes.
Okay. Bringing your total for your attack up to?
15.
15? All right. With a 15, you beat it by 1 margin, meaning you get a straight flip for damage, which is medium. So another 2 damage to the horse, to the other horse. So now both horses have barbs in them. Yeah, the banditos are going to go next, and they are going to unleash hell on you. Let's see. The bandits.
On the bright side, you might have cover.
You do have cover. But they are going to both use their reckless action to take 1 damage and get an extra attack. So they are going to shoot you 3 times each. Because you shot their horse. All right. So a flurry of bullets fly at Jamie. Let's find out what happens. So, first shot. This is your defense, by the way.
Yeah.
So, you dodge the first shot, Jamie. What's your defense, by the way, just so I can add it?
3.
3? Okay. So that is 16. All right. So you will succeed on a 8 or higher. Second shot. Third shot. The first bandito is firing as best as they can, but they do not seem to find purchase anywhere. Second one. Oh, that one will hit.
Oh,
unless you want to
ouch.
cheat.
I don't have any more that's higher than that.
Okay. So what is your total defense?
6.
6? Okay, so that is a negative flip because it is... Oh!
Oh, no!
No, that's fine. That's the Black
Oh,
Joker
okay.
for damage.
Ooh.
So as the bullet flies, it manages to hit your bow, and the bullet lodges in it rather than in your face. All right,
Whoa.
last shot. Red Joker, you manage to dodge. Again, you kind of get inspired and you block the other shot. So 6 bullets comes flying in your direction and not 1 hit. Meanwhile,
I just looked at Byron and...
do you look to Byron? Because then they get a positive flip on their attack.
No, after the hits. After
Okay.
they hit.
Yeah, okay. So there's this flurry of shots fly in your direction, and as they do so, yeah, there's lots of like evil Jamie, some random lady who hates
I don't
horses.
hate horses.
Yeah, apparently
I
you
hate
do. Apparently you do.
potatoes.
Yep. Boo.
Everybody loves
Boo.
horses. Doesn't have one herself.
Anyway, so the other two will start to fire. Now they have no discrepancy on anyone because no one's near a window on their side, so they are just going to blast randomly. What I'm going to get you guys to do is an evasion check to avoid the rain of falling glass. So Byron, this will be your evasion of 2. Do you wish to cheat?
I will cheat in a 7.
Yep,
So
perfectly
that
fine.
becomes evasion and speed, presumably.
Yep.
So total of 9.
Not a problem. You avoid the glass and sort of shield yourself using both your clothes and the booth that you're in. Nikon, your evasion is a 3.
I'll interject with that. Oh, it's 12.
12? Nope, not a problem. You dodge the rain of glass. Josiah, you get a 4.
Well, I'm gonna put a 7 in there instead.
7 in there? Easy done. So the rain of glass flies out, but you guys take cover and you manage to avoid any damage from the glass. We now go to...
Which one of the 3 of us?
Well, it's literally one of the 3 of you. All right. You guys can pick which order you guys want to go into because all 3 of you got 5.
I'll let Josiah go first, I don't mind.
Yep.
All right, Josiah, you're up. You get 2 actions in combat.
Well, I can only tell of one man in the first class car, yes. I believe.
Yep.
I'm just gonna try to break through move through the doors of the first class and charge him.
Okay. So
My blades
you
out.
okay? So you make your way. So your first action will be to move up to the first class door. Your second action is going to be making a athletics check to try and break the door down. So let's see what happens. 7 of tomes plus your athletics.
And the athletics is 3. So 7 plus 3.
All right. That
be a
is
10.
just shy. You need a 12 to succeed.
Ooh. I feel like I shouldn't interject because it's already been told me what I need to get. So
No,
I'm
no,
just
it's
gonna
fine.
leave it
That's the point of me telling you.
Did
Well,
your,
then let's do
did your
an
3
interjection.
include your might as well as your athletics, or just your athletics?
I only include the athletics score. Do I need to include might as well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's see.
He's like,
The might adds an additional 2 to that if we're going to add might to the athletics.
Then that's perfect. You get a 12.
Nice.
yeah.
All right. You break the latch on the front wagon door, and it swings open. You can see the first class now, and there is one more guy that seems to be there. He sort of hears the sound of you breaking the door and sort of looks in your direction. He's already acted this turn, so he doesn't get to do anything besides go, huh? Because it's kind of surprising. He didn't really expect someone to be able to smash through the door behind him, but you did. You did. All right. Why did my music stop? Let's put that back on, shall we? Let's go with this music. There we go. All right. Sorry, I read the chat. Kool-Aid Man Josiah. All right.
Well, he is wearing red.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. All right, Nikon O'Brien, it is either of your turns.
Nikon, you can go.
Okay. Get to the nearest window, have a quick look out, see if I see any targets.
You do indeed. You see 2 people, 1 woman and 1 man, riding horses.
I'll go for what I think would be the easiest shot. Break the window, careful aim with my rifle, and aim at center of mass. Down a little bit, because I'm aiming for the stomach.
Oh,
All right. You fire.
Now, is that a focus? Is that a specific aim action, or are you just
Well, no,
a
that'll be...
description?
Well, allow me to explain. So, because you are taking aim, you are using what's called a focus action. By focusing, you spend 1 action to simply take careful aim before you fire. Meaning, you can spend this focus to gain a positive flip on your attack, flipping twice and taking the higher result. It'll also apply to your damage as well when you focus in this fashion. So, you're focusing and firing?
Yeah.
All right, that is a 7 and a 4. We will take the 7. What is your total?
What do I add on? Is long arms 1, and is there any other skill that I need to add on to that?
Your intelligence.
Intellect 1.
Intellect 1. All right. So what's your total?
So that'll be 9. If it's drew a 7.
All right, 9 is dead on. Do you want to cheat to get a higher yield? Because right now you'll be flipping 3 cards and taking the lowest, but because of your focus, you're flipping 2 cards and taking the lowest. If you cheat to 1 higher, you'll be flipping a straight flip, which also means you could potentially cheat your damage.
No, I'll keep it for now.
Okay, let's flip a negative. That is 1 and a 10. So that is the low. So that'll be the first number on your weapon damage.
Weapon damage, that'd be a 2.
A 2. All right. So that's 2 points of damage as your bullet cries out across the Badlands. It strikes the woman in the shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah. Look, I have sound effects. I'm going to use them. All right. Byron, you're up next.
Byron, take a glance at Nikon, and as you know, you shot the woman first. Oh, fine. So I will aim and fire my pistol at the same target.
All right. You're focusing up, taking your action, taking your shot. That is a 12 of tomes as your higher.
So that's 15 total.
15. All right. So that is a straight flip, which becomes a positive flip. That is your severe damage because we're using the 11.
5 damage.
Yeah, I reckon she's dead. Let me just double check. 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. No, that finishes her off.
Do you have a hand cannon or?
Oh no, wait. I got this. Wait. This is hilarious. Yeah.
Ah!
All right. So she falls off her horse and is basically disappears. The horse sort of peels off as the other bandit sort of keeps hold of the gun and tries to maintain, sort of galloping. All right. We go back to the top of the round. Back to Jamie.
All right. So the mustached man is no longer in the car we are in, right?
He was never in the cart you were in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll shoot the person on the horse this time, seeing as they might have more HP than I intendedly thought they did. And I was just trying to slow them down, but yeah.
So, wait, sorry, honey, you're shooting the horses again?
No, I wasn't. Originally, I was shooting the horses to slow them down.
Oh, you just wanted them to suffer. Okay, cool, carry on.
I'm gonna shoot the person on the horse.
Oh, you're a monster. I get it. You know the Neverborn book doesn't come out for another month, right? Like, playing hideous, repulsive monsters that shoot horses just to make them suffer.
I I just enjoy the fact that he's spreading the pain around as widely as possible.
Yeah, I know, right? You get a barbed arrow.
What's
You get
worse
a barbed
is that
arrow.
each time they spend 2 AP, they take a damage. So it's like,
Okay, go on.
all right. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot the other person that's on the horse. So because one of them was knocked off, right?
And that was on our side. There's 2 on your side.
Yeah, there's still 2
Oh.
on your side. Yeah.
We're on different sides of the train.
Then yeah, I'll shoot the one in front.
Very nice. Okay, shooting the one in front, you get a 2. Well, actually, it's more like a as you loose your arrow.
That'll give me a 7.
A 7 will miss as your arrow flings wide. It blows into the wind.
I'll try again with my second.
Second arrow?
Yep.
You notch your second arrow and it flies out.
2 more, so 9.
9 will hit.
Oh, nice.
You flip 3 cards and take the lowest. 7, 8, and 9. You take a medium damage, which is
2 damage, and they've got a barb stuck in them.
yep, he does have a barb stuck in him. All right.
He can try to remove it with a flip.
Oh, he is not. They are going to once again recklessly fire a barrage of bullets in your direction. Now, as Jamie has fired 2 more arrows, it is now the bandits' turn. But before we go to the bandits, I would like to give a very special shout out to Haunted Miniatures, another fellow Twitch streamer. Go check out their channel, guys. I feel like a plug is very worthwhile. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Through the Breach, a RPG based on the miniature role-playing game for Malifaux. So if you want to see miniatures and well, pretty much that element of the game as well. Yeah, go check out Haunted Miniatures. You know, yeah, share the love. Share the love is what we're all about. All right. Speaking of sharing love, here I'm going to share with Neil a bunch of bullets. Kablam! Venison for dinner. Jesus. All right.
Lettuce for dinner.
All right. You dodge. What's your defense again?
3, so that'll make it a 9.
A 9? Okay, that will fail. This bullet will strike you. Do you want to cheat?
No.
All right, so that is a negative flip. Medium damage. Which is, let's have a quick look here. Medium damage of 3. No, yeah, 3. 3 points of damage.
I forgot. Do I add the defense to take some of that away, or is it I just take?
Nope, you don't. You just take 3 damage.
Ouch.
Unless you have armor.
Oh, I do. Elven Tail, it's light and protected.
No, that's not going to help you. No, it's got to literally say armor, as in armor. All right.
Light armor is armor 1.
Mine is a 2, I think. Parentheses 2.
In the first edition rules, at least, if you had light armor on even one location, that counted as armor 1.
Let me look it up quick.
I don't know. I haven't seen second edition armor rules, so I don't know. But
no, it's basically like damage reduction. All right, third attack. Bam! That one's gonna hit you as well. Do you want to cheat?
No.
All right, that's another negative. That is another 3 points of damage.
I am under.
All right, how you looking?
I had 4 wounds, so I am under by 2.
All right, which means we now go into death rules. Now, well, it's not death rules, but let's go through this. So because he's lower than his full hit points, we first roll a consciousness challenge to see if he stays conscious, or if she stays conscious. That is a 3 on your toughness challenge.
Toughness. That would be might, resilience.
Resilience, I believe, if you don't have toughness.
So, yeah, I don't. So that would just be 3.
Okay, you need a 10. That is a failure. Do you want to cheat?
I don't have high enough cards.
Okay, when you fall to the ground now, because you were hit
Oh,
by
no.
a medium-sized damage, you also suffer a medium crit effect, which is a 5 plus your 2 for your negative wounds, brings us to 7. The character's limb goes numb. You gain the useless limb condition for whichever limb you seem to have been affected by. If this affects the head or chest, you become dazed for the remainder of dramatic time. Now, because we flipped a ram, it is targeting your chest. So you are dazed for the rest of the round, which is any target number you try is increased by 2.
And unconscious in any event, so
And you're
probably not
and you're
effective.
unconscious anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
The second individual, no longer being able to see you, peels off and begins to make their way forward, or to the forward carts. The bandit inside the wagon who sees Jamie looks to him and says, well, what have we got here? A fussy eater, I reckon. Well, I hope you like shish kebabs. And he pulls out a sword.
I pull out both my daggers.
He
Just
sort
doing
of gives
sort
you
of
a
uncomfortable.
toothless grin and a coughing, wheezing laugh, and he says, what y'all supposed to be doing with that? Serving up pate, Mr. Fancy Pants?
Well, preferably your corpse.
We'll see about that. He moves through the cart and attempts to stab at you. Now, in Through the Breach, the Fate Master flips only really damage. Everything else is flipped by the players. So when I attack, they flip defense. When they attack, they flip attack. So in this case, you are going to be flipping your defense as we get a 9 of masks.
And there's a 4 listed as my defense, so that makes it a 13.
Yep, you dodge the attack. As he comes and thrusts his blade, you use your knives to parry the attack to the side. You are now right up and close with this particular individual, as it now goes to the 3 of your turns. Oh, wait, no. Oh, well, yeah,
There's one bandit left on our side.
Yeah, there's one bandit, but he can't really shoot. Oh, wait, no, he can, because you guys shot at him. Yeah, he's going to totally shoot at you. He is going to shoot at... Who shot him harder? Yeah, it was definitely Byron. Byron, you killed his friend. That's it. So defensive duel for Byron. This is the last card, so 5.
Brings me to 9.
9 is not enough. He will just hit. Do you have anything to cheat that with? Or do you want to cheat?
I would
should I
like
say?
to avoid this, so I will cheat in my 10.
Done. You avoid the pistol shot as you quickly duck behind as you hear this as it bounces just above your head. Now, because I have reshuffled the deck, everyone may now draw 1 card from their twist deck.
Yes.
All right. With the second bullet on the bandit, he will aim at Nikon. Nikon, you get a 9 for your defense, which of course will allow you to dodge as well. The shot does not ring true. All right. It is now the 3 of your turn.
Well, I said that I would preferably be having his corpse on my knives, so let's get his corpse on my knives, shall we?
All right. You grab your knives and you get ready to carve up a bandit as you start slicing at him. Let's see what you get. Your first attack is a 6 of masks. What do you do with that?
I'm not used to how this works.
Well, unless
Okay,
you
so-
have anything else to add in, it'll be might plus melee.
Yeah. Not what's in the brackets, but what's next to it on the left of your weapon attack.
Might plus melee.
Hold on. It should be... Okay, so if you look at your pre-gen character sheet,
Yes.
right? Down the bottom, there should be a list of weapon attacks.
Yes.
Yep. Next to the weapon attack should be AV and then a number.
I see it.
Yep, that number plus your flip. Now,
Well, that would make it a total of 11.
11. Fantastic. Okay. So, with an 11, that will absolutely hit. It beats it by 1 margin, which is a negative flip. So we flip 2 cards. Now, underneath your attack, do you have anything for masks, by the way? Like, do you have that symbol next to anything?
I think it has tomes, not masks.
Okay, not a worry. Let me know if that does happen. All right. A 10 and a 6, that is medium damage. What is your medium damage as you carve this dude up?
Medium damage is 3.
Medium damage is 3? All right.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your first attack basically digs in deep. When you said you were going to eviscerate this dude, you were not lying. You stab him thoroughly. Your second action, what do you want to do?
I'll stab him again, of course.
All right. Oh, damn. All right. So what was that? What was that plus again? Sorry.
+5.
+5, so 18. That beats him by just 1 straight flip. So that is maximum damage.
So that is a 4 damage.
How do you kill him?
Well, I feel like after he stabs, sort of block, slash him across the arm, and then slash him across the throat,
Nice.
and he goes down.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. As you do so, he falls to the ground with a final gurgle and stops moving. Yeah, he did not do well. He did not do well at all. All right. Next up, we go to Byron.
I will aim and shoot again at the bandit outside.
All right. You take aim and you fire your pistol out the window. That is a 3 of crows.
With the focus, so 1 extra.
Ah, yes, that's right. You did focus.
I
13
like
of
that
tomes.
much better.
Just a little bit better. Tiny bit better. Tiny bit better.
Total of 16.
All right. With a 16, that is a straight flip, which goes to a positive flip, which, nice, kills that 1, and you do max damage, which is...
5.
Whoa.
Turns out I can shoot.
Pretty much, yeah. Nikon, you are blown away as you just watch Byron just once again clean up the second of the bandits who rolls off the side of his horse. That side is now clear of bandits.
I turn to him and say, well, you're certainly right. It's no personal porcelain doll. No shooting.
Thank you, sir.
And then I'll go find another target.
All right, Nikon, you make your way to the window where Jamie is. Jamie still has 2 enemies out on that side. But as you make your way there... let's turn this off for a second. As you make your way there, you hear a noise. A screeching, sort of roaring noise coming from above. Let's see. It sounds like... it sounds like this. There we go. The bandits turn their gaze upwards, and as they do, they see something that suddenly makes the horses go crazy. The horses start to move and basically panic. One of them is thrown from their saddle, and the other seems to make their way away. But no sooner than the one falls off the saddle, With the train moving with its momentum, you don't see what happens. You hear this scream coming from behind as this heavy blast lands in the dirt, and you could see like dust clouds being made circling around where the that bandit was, and you see the silhouette of these immense, massive, leathery wings casting a shadow over the landscape. You know what this shadow is. You've seen this thing before. It is a dreaded creature. It is a Nephilim, a mature Nephilim to boot. One of the most deadly predators in the Badlands. So, Nikon, that is what you see. Oop, Nikon died. No. That's okay. Hopefully he'll be back.
No.
Let me
My
just...
bodyguard.
Yeah, let me just super quick throw in a dummy. Oh no, he had a major power cut apparently.
Oh, dang.
That's all right. We will just do this. There we go, and that'll readjust everyone sort of. You can go there, and you can go there. Listen, you. Do not disobey me. There we go. That's almost there.
Hey,
No,
look,
that is
now
there.
I'm 2 people.
Yeah, now you're 2 people. That's fine. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Wait,
I'm just
that
gonna.
goes ahead and decide.
I can
I don't
work.
have his character sheet, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, there we go. I can work with that. I can work with that. Okay, cool. So, moving right along. So Nikon has had a power cut. I can't do anything about it. Oh no. He's booting up his computer now. Okay, good. So he should be on in a second. No worries.
It is never a proper stream without technical difficulties.
That's true. That's true. You know, I tried. I almost made it perfectly without technical difficulties today. And you know what? That's fine. That happens. All right. So, yes, you don't see the creature, but you definitely hear the sound of its impact as it mauls to death that poor bandit. Jamie, out the window, you do see something. If you look above my window right there, a blue-skinned, cloven-hoofed demon seems to be swinging around, following the train. It sort of grabs onto the iron bars and seems to give them a good strong tug as it tries to pull it off its hinges. You hear the sounds of the metal bending, but not giving.
Didn't you say it was a
You need to get forwards. The train must keep moving. If we stop here, we're dead.
The train is slowing down, as per the last description. It is not at full speed currently, and probably because of something the bandits have done. So, we will go to the top of the round until we wait for Nikon. Let us go with Jamie. Jamie, it is your turn.
Didn't you say I was unconscious?
Yeah. All right, Jamie, you lie there, and as you do so, you begin to dream. You dream of a beautiful woman that you knew. She reaches out to you and she says in a very enchanting voice, wait, hold on, I can do this. This is going to be hilarious. Wait.
Uh-oh.
All right. I got this. Okay. She says...
Jamie, I'm here, Jamie.
Is that you, Bethy?
It's me. Where were you?
I was fighting some bandits. Still fighting them, I think.
I can't see you, Jamie.
Just wait for me. I'm coming.
It's cold, Jamie. So
Because
cold.
we're Malifaux. Just wait for me.
Malifaux's a desert, Jamie.
It's It's a cold desert. Of course it is.
Find me, Jamie. Before it's too late. They're coming. They're coming.
I swear I'll find you.
All right, and the scene fades out.
The last thing I done. Oh, wait. Ah. No.
Okay.
I remember my name.
All right. We now return to the carriage. And remember my name, for God's sake. That's a good one. I like that. Okay.
Becky, is that you? My name's not Becky. What? My name's not Becky. Oh.
All right. Now, next up is, of course, the bandits. Now, Josiah's killed the one in the carriage. Byron's killed the two on the left. Jamie killed one on the right because he injured the horses, and the second one has fled, leaving just the Nephilim to act. So it is trying to find a way inside. As it does so, Josiah, you can hear this creature crawling over the roof. It disappears from the window, Byron, as you kind of look outside, and it makes its way. You hear scratching coming from above you as it's moving across the top of the train.
Should not have broken that door.
Well, Josiah, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I need to somehow find a way to block off that door, so I'm looking around frantically right now.
Head forwards. Make
right.
sure the train keeps moving.
You say, sir! And I will move forward and see what's up with the engine.
All right. You make your way through past a group of scared first-class passengers, eventually making your way to the coal wagon. There you can see, like sort of smoke and steam kind of blowing out and back. You kind of cough and splutter as you make your way towards the engine. There you see a sight that is absolutely horrifying. The conductor's brains have been splattered all over the engine. The brakes have been snapped off, and the engine itself is cooling because no one is stoking the flames. There is a letter, however, that appears to have been pinned with a piton, a climbing piton, has been jabbed into the back of this person's back.
No time for that. Gotta get the engine running.
You throw the body aside, and the letter blows away in the wind.
I'm not throwing it off the train. It's still on the ground.
He throws the body in the coal.
You put the body to the side. Okay. It is at this point you may make an engineering check to try and figure out if you know how to operate a train.
Oh god.
I have no idea what to use for that.
That'll be your intelligence.
There's an engineering skill.
Well, I'd like to use a cheat for that.
All right. You have a 2. What are you going to cheat with?
I think Jack stands in for an 11, doesn't it?
It does
Yep.
indeed.
Right, and then with a -1 from intelligence, that becomes a 10.
All right. So a 10 plus. A 10 in total. That's not bad. Look, you don't know much about how to operate a train, but you do know that you needed that brake. Very important. You also know that the speed is important to maintain at certain points, especially around corners. You do have to lower the speed. So you know that you can speed up the train, but you don't know the path, and you don't know how fast you need to be going, because if you go too fast, you're going to derail. If you go too slow, those Nephilim are going to catch you, and there's no brake to adjust your speed. So you can choose. Do you wish to stoke the flames or not? And if you decide to stoke the flames, do you want to stoke it to maximum, 3/4, or a half?
I wish to stoke the flames to half.
Very well. You grab a shovel and quickly begin loading coal into the engine. You begin to push down on this mechanism that starts to ignite the flume, and
After it gets going somewhat, can I check that note finally?
can you what?
After it gets well, after I guess the other people get to go first. Let's let that happen instead.
Okay.
I
All
can't
right.
steal the whole show now, can I?
All right. Ooh, we have another person. Yay! All right, Byron.
Byron will be doing a classic horror movie thing where he's sort of watching the ceiling, going along, holding his gun up, waiting, sort of following the noise, sort of walking forward with one eye on the roof as he gets to the door of the cabin. Because I'm assuming the door to the dining cart is still in one piece. It was the door to first class that got smashed down.
Yes, indeed.
So the idea is to reach the door and close and barricade us, essentially, in the dining cart.
All right. You slam
Byron
the door
is-
shut.
You'll notice that leaves the door open to first class. Byron is not a particularly ethical individual.
Very true, very true. All right, you begin to build and construct your barricade. Now we have Nikon back. Allow me to do a proper introduction, guys. First of all, I'd like to say a very big, warm, and healthy welcome from the Dead Aussie Gamer to our dear friend Craig over at Third Floor Wars. Thank you for joining us, mate. I hope you are enjoying the game thus far. We always love having you here. And guys, I've got to say this. If you are loving this role-playing system, if you enjoy Malifaux in general, then you must, and I say this must, I don't say must often, you must go and subscribe to Third Floor War, because it is the quintessential place to be when it comes to knowing about Malifaux, about anything to do with the game. Craig has his own Twitch channel where he does a bunch of variety stuff as well as the Malifaux stuff, but his podcast Third Floor Wars is absolutely the thing you want to check out. So yeah, Third Floor Wars, go check it out. I also did a Christmas game of Through the Breach with him, so if you want to see him, check out the Dead Aussie Gamer live show that has him as well. Okay. Hi, Stretch.
Hey, sorry
So,
about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Burglars are douchebags, and you know, having your whole area
They stole your
tripped-
power.
Yeah, stole your power. What a jerk. You know, but still better than shooting a horse.
Oh man, that's going to be a long-running joke, that one.
That is. That's like, it's like beating a dead horse or shooting a healthy one. That's gonna be it. All right. So
I didn't kill them.
I didn't kill him. That's your takeaway. Your takeaway is I didn't kill him.
They're calling me a horse killer. I didn't kill them.
All the bad things
Just
in
saying
the
that
area, they're probably still gonna die.
All right. So Nikon, as you were ungracefully disconnected, the bandits were killed by demons. Now there's demons.
Yeah, this is pretty much the definition of out of the frying pan.
Yeah. So basically, Byron killed the second one on his side. Josiah eviscerated the one in front of him. Then, as you were going to secure the other side, a giant demon landed and careened into one of the bandits. The other guy tried to run away. He's kind of off in the distance. But this creature you can see right next to me started climbing onto the side of the... the train, is now climbing onto the roof and making its way towards Josiah. Now Josiah has run to the engine room and is starting to stoke the flame to sort of get us moving a little bit faster. Byron has started building a barricade, sealing off first class. Nikon, what would you like to do? You can also see that Jamie is lying unconscious on the floor next to you.
I'm visibly torn between helping with the barricade, chasing that demon, and backing up Josiah, or helping the wounded person on the floor.
Mr.
Look,
Kuznetsov, I think maybe you should go forward and help Josiah. I will secure the position here and help the lady.
got it, and I'd go.
All
Through
right.
the barricaded door.
Oh, I haven't barricaded it yet. I just closed that one. Through you go quickly. Close it again.
Yep. All right. So, Byron, you and Jamie have, quote-unquote, locked yourself into the dining cart. Nikon and Josiah, Nikon, you are now in first class, making your way over to Josiah, which won't take you too long with your double move. Josiah, you can see Nikon coming up from behind you. Nikon, you call out to kind of get Josiah's attention because he seems like he's busy shoveling coal into the flume here. What do you two... play out the interaction. What happens as Nikon arrives?
Nikon, all I know is that we need speed, and we also need to slow down, and they broke the brakes. If you have any ideas, please say so. Also, I'm busy shoveling and I can't read whatever note got stuck into the back of the engineer.
Grab a note and say, we've got incoming as well. You got a demon on the way. Ready my
I
rifle.
should not have broken down the door to first class.
All right. You take up position behind the coal stacks as you aim your gun over them towards the rooftop. Sure enough, the demon Nephilim starts moving, and you can get a kind of covered sight of it. It sees you, because I presume, Nikon, you're not stealthing, or are you?
No, I'm bolting it, basically, to back up Josiah.
Yep. Okay, so because you're not stealthed, that's perfectly fine. Byron, you begin to set up your barricades and have secured the door. You see the handle sort of twist a couple of times. Then a violent shudder. And then it goes quiet.
I'm so glad the company paid for reinforced door locks.
All right. What do you want to do?
Nervously start making my way back towards Jamie. Crouch down beside her, still with one hand, with the pistol in one hand, sort of look her over and go,
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, like, I would help in some way. I guess I'm going to have to try. But,
With an insight check, you find a medical kit underneath each of the seats, which you remember because it was on all the blueprints.
Oh, yeah. I should point out though, ma'am, I still have no idea what I'm doing, and this is going to look rather untoward because you have a chest wound. And I would excuse myself on the grounds I'm a doctor, but that would be a bald-faced lie even for me. But let's see what we can do here.
All right, you get a positive flip because of your doctoring kit. That is a red joker.
Nice.
All right. With that success, you heal, I believe. What's your medicine check?
It's 0. I've got no mods at all.
All right. So that's 14. So that's 2 hit points plus. So 14 to 5 is 2. So that's 4 hit points you heal.
Is that from 0 or from what I was at?
From where you were at. So you're on 2 hit points now.
I'm at -2.
Yeah,
Oh, you
no,
were.
wait.
So
Oh, what is
-2
that?
plus 4, you're now at 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But still
Right.
dazed because there's nothing I can do about the critical effect.
Yeah. You come to, and as your eyes open, you can see that Byron is tending your wounds. His hands kind of now stained in your blood.
Mister. It's nice to see you too.
Byron just rolls his eyes. I explained to myself you were unconscious. What do you expect me to do?
I just looked down and I just like, oh, that's new. And I'm just in my dazed stupor, just like, oh, okay.
All right. Jamie, what do you want to do as you regain consciousness?
As I'm kind of attempting to stand up, I just, on the table, are there any like silverware on the table or anything?
Yeah, there's some silverware on the table.
Okay, I'm going to burn one of my cards to gain a shiv.
Very well. You discard a card and you turn a knife into a shiv.
And then I'm just gonna hang on to it for now.
I just want to point out, it was just a knife, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Never mind.
it's improvised.
Yeah, I know, but
It's my improvised
it's fine. It's fine. It's like
Yeah.
it's like someone improvising a mobile phone into a mobile phone.
I know. I'm amused by the fact that when I go hunting for things, I come across medical kits. When Jamie goes hunting for things, she finds the nicest steak knife on the table.
Yeah.
As I go to stand up with my hand, I'm kind of got one in my hand now, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, I should also point out that we're under attack from the Nephilim.
Well, what? Oh, what now?
He points at the door. You can see this heavy breath from this pointed horn demon as it scratches on the window to try and get in.
It's okay, we're armored. We're actually pretty safe in here. Once it realizes it can't get in and gets into the first class passengers, they're in a world of trouble.
Looks like in the meantime,
His
I'm
way
stuck
across
in
to the bar and just reaches down and grabs a bottle of whatever's handy.
You find you find a bottle of blackcurrant vermouth.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
wait, that stuff is super rare. What-
You're like, I wasn't expecting this. This is awesome. This has just turned this encounter into a fun counter.
And counter.
All right. So that is Jamie. We then go to the Nephilim, who gives up on the door, as you say, and you hear a series of shouts and screams. As well as
Well now, that's our cue. We go rescue the rich people, make lots of friends.
all right. Yeah, you can hear the sounds of mayhem and carnage coming from inside first class. It is now Josiah's turn. Josiah, you're on the train. You're on the front of the train. You have now risen it to half speed, so you are making some decent headway.
Does it look like, or do I think that it will help keep these demon creatures away for a bit by going faster?
You are definitely making some distance from the big one now that you are at half speed, which is good. But the little one that's on board is probably more problematic.
Nikon, if you know any way to get the brakes working again, I implore you to figure it out very quickly. I'm just going to keep shoveling, and I shall increase it to 3/4 speed.
You're going to do 3/4? All right. You raise it to 3/4 as you shovel more in. The speed of the wheels suddenly churn upwards.
I do as I'm told, pretty much, for probably the first time in my life.
All right.
I have a look at the brake system. if
All
I
right.
can find-
Engineering of 11. If you don't have engineering, that'll be your intelligence.
Just be intellect. Which I will find one.
Just. Literally, the DC was 12. As you manage to look over it, now you can identify exactly how to run this thing, but the brake is still broken. However, what you can do is you can basically throw into a false turn. A false turn is where you very delicately get the wheels to turn as if it were to change track, but just kiss the side of the rail. Now, here's the problem. If you fail this check, you will derail and topple. If you perform this maneuver successfully, you can adjust the speed of the train.
Right.
This will require a driving check that I'm going to make, either an engineering or a grace check, just flat out grace.
Ooh. I turn to Josiah. So, what? Good news, bad news. Good news. I found a way we can break the train.
Don't say break the train.
Bad news is I found a way we could break the train. If this goes wrong, the train will derail. If this goes right, the train will slow down. What do you... Ideas?
Well, if we don't break the train, we may flip the train anyways. Going around the corner and, well, I don't know the route of this rail, so, break the train or break the train. I say break the train.
Yeah. Literally halfway through his sentence, I go do it.
All right.
And
Are we going to use our
offer a little
intelligence?
prayer to... I have grace of 0.
All right. And intelligence of?
No, intellect of 1.
Okay, so let's use that one. All right, you get a +1 to this. The target number is 13.
I sure hope we have cheat cards available.
That is a 7, which makes us an 8, which is sadly a failure. Now, you don't fail by enough of a margin to derail, but you bounce off the rail. You can see very quickly how dangerous this is.
Can I use any more twist cards for it?
Which one? Any of your twist cards? Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, you can use any of your twist cards. You can, absolutely.
That one, that's a 13.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
With that, you hear the rails start to grind, and sparks begin to fly out from beneath this locomotive. As it does so, the train lurches, and the demon tumbles, falling, rolling, and tumbling until it crashes into the coal wagon. As it does, you see a plume of the coal smoke as it sort of rises up. It coughs, it splatters, it turns towards you and says, sorry, it's just taking a while. It'll be there. Give it a second.
Filthy humans! How dare you injure me? I shall enjoy stripping the flesh from your bones and supping on your sweet marrow!
That is all. Excellent. Byron, you and Jamie are can hear the sounds have sort of quieted down a little bit outside, and the train has sort of come to a slower halt. You can kind of feel yourselves being pushed forward as this happens.
Byron does his best to keep his balance as the train lurches, and then gestures to Jamie. Well, if you're back upright and armed, we should see what we can do to rescue some wealthy patrons. Ready? So essentially just move back to the door that he's closed and locked and get ready to open it.
All right. Well, if the both of you are ready, you are both armed and thrust open the door, and inside you can see cowering first-class passengers. What do you say to them?
Everything's going to be okay, sir, ma'am.
Do you hand them your business
Train is
card?
armored. Stay in your compartments. You'll be okay.
Yes, but who the blazes are you?
My name is Byron, a solicitor with Gygax and Greenwood. But we have some security on the train.
I see. Well, I suppose we'll carry on then. Tea at 8 then? I suppose just he toddles back into his little thing. Do you like my British impression? Is it good? Yeah. Not bad. Thank you. All right. As you do so, you make your way to the end, and you are now now the whole group is flanking this one demon that's in the coal area. All right. Josiah and Nikon, it is your turn.
Josiah, do you want to go first?
Sure. All right. Since you know how to operate this better than I can, I'm gonna go out there. It's probably a bad idea. And out he goes to face this demon thing.
All right. You climb up onto the coal train, and you pull out your knife. Well, you have your knife out. All right. You go up and stab it.
Attempt to, yes.
Stabby!
Blind, it just-
10 of rams.
With the AV of +5, that makes it a 15.
All right. With a 15, you stab him quite well. But alas, you deal minimum damage.
That is 2 damage.
All right. It takes 2 damage, but as it does so, all of a sudden there's a spray of caustic black blood that flies from its body. You try to defend yourself, and you sizzle as your arm burns for 1 damage.
Ow. I'm used to stabbing things that don't burn me.
All right. You got, well, yeah, you had to move up, and then you've done the stab. Nikon?
Josiah, just hear this. So take careful aim again,
Yep.
making sure I don't hit Josiah.
Am I able to move out of the way? No, I don't think I can move out of the way.
You
I've already
cannot.
done my action.
All right. You, now, taking careful aim will give you a focus. Trying not to hit Josiah will give you a negative flip. So your positive will cancel out your negative for your attack. But you get a 12.
Dang.
So 12 of rams, 12 of tomes plus whatever your attack is.
It's AV +2. And was it intellect?
Yep.
It was 1, so it's +3.
All right, so 15, that is a negative flip, which goes to a straight flip. That is medium damage, which is
3.
3, damn. All right, as this happens, more of that black blood. Josiah, you take another point of damage.
Ow.
It's just spraying onto him.
All right, it's still standing. It's groggy, but it is still standing. It is going to turn its attention to Josiah again, as you are the only person who's really there. My wounds, I must feed. As he tries to scratch at you. You dodge. Oh, you don't dodge.
You do
What's your
not dodge.
defense?
My defense is a 4, so that would make it a 5.
All right, you need a 9 in order to dodge it completely.
Am I able to use one of my twist deck on this and cheat?
Yeah.
Can I do that, please? That would be an 8 plus the 4, which would definitely be over the 9.
8 plus 4 is
That would
12.
make it 12 total then.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So 12 will give you... No, okay, sorry. The total wasn't 9. The total was 12. But you needed a 9 to... 9 on the card to ignore it.
Oh, not on the card to ignore it.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, it's still a good chance because you flip 3 and take the lowest. So, 1, 2, 3. That is low damage of 2.
Alright.
And it does not kill you. Does it kill you?
You've taken 4 wounds so far. 2
I've
from the
taken
burning
4
blood,
wounds. I have
2 from
6
the claw.
wounds total. I've got 2 left.
All right. It is going to try and claw you again then. All right. That is a 5 on your defense. That is not enough. You need, once again, that 9. Can you cheat it?
Didn't he say you have
Well,
plus?
I've been confused as when I can take cards from this other deck here. I've run out of cards up on my...
Oh,
in front
when
of me.
you can only draw cards from there when either you fail to hit in melee, or if you if we get to the end of this deck. It's actually pretty hard to get the cards out.
Well, then I'm out of cheat cards, and whatever this is will definitely hit me again.
Very well. Well, that's another negative flip. And through a sheer miracle,
That's the second time. Oh my goodness.
that is a black joker, meaning he does 0 damage. As he swings to get you, you dive into the coal. And then pop back out. He does no
I
damage.
am now not as I was before in the car.
Nice. All right. That was his turn. Now we go to Byron and Jamie.
Nice to see you doing your best to fulfill his prediction of filthy humans. Aim and fire.
Yes, indeed.
Byron draws a bead with his pistol.
All right.
And we'll take a focus shot.
Okay. Now that negative flip to avoid hitting Josiah will give you a straight flip on your attack, which is a 9.
So total of 12.
That'll hit with a negative flip that becomes a straight flip for max damage.
Yeah.
5 points of damage for the third shot in a row. Thank you.
Hand
Alright.
cannon. It is a hand cannon at this point, not a pistol.
All right. He has 1 hit point remaining as blood sprays out. And once again, Josiah, you are bathed in acid.
Ow.
All right. Jamie, you're up.
Alright, as I enter, I look up and I say, "You ruined a nice luxury cruise for everyone. This is what you get." And I'm going to toss the steak knife at the imp.
Okay. You take out your
That
steak
thing's
knife.
rather more than an imp.
You get a 1.
I'm going to interject with my 13.
Nice. And what's your total? What's your throwing?
18. Oh, it's a throwing? Oh, yeah. 2, and is that gray stealth? So 17.
Oh wait, sorry, hold on. So you're focused, right? You're focusing to throw this?
No, because I was...
Well, if you
Well,
don't focus, then you have a negative flip.
Okay, I guess, yeah, focus.
Okay. All right.
So the total would end up being 17.
17. So that's a straight flip, which goes to a positive flip. Medium damage, which is...
It's a 2.
All right.
If I get spattered in blood again, because if it's another 1 damage, I'm down to 0.
It is 1 extra damage. All right.
I am
You-
unconscious upon this.
Well, you don't immediately fall unconscious. We'll get to that in a second. But yes, once again, as the dagger flies through the air and hits him in the head, another spray of black blood fills the area as the Nephilim goes down. Grizzles,
I think it was worse.
you get a 11 on your toughness challenge, which means you stay conscious.
Lovely.
He's just covered in black blood. He's like, "This hurts."
All right.
Ow.
Now,
Oh, coal dust in burn wounds. Ow.
Ow.
absolutely. All right. Now, because we
This is
have
the
reached...
first character I've had covered in acid.
All right. Now, because we have run out of time, I am going to fast track our ending. Now, after having slayed the Nephilim and the bandits and defended the luxury liner from the attacks, it got into the newspapers very quickly about how the ultra secure luxury liner wasn't as secured as they originally intended. However, thanks to the intervention of the security staff, as led by Byron from Gygax and Greenwood, the threat was repelled and no loss of life was reported.
Even in second in economy?
Was reported. That's the important bit. The conductor is very definitely dead.
Was reported.
Was not reported.
Was not reported.
Second in economy got left back in the middle of the desert. They're probably dead by now too.
Well, actually, the second in economy, they were recovered eventually.
Oh, nice. Good for them. I was worried.
Yeah, they were recovered. Now, in the meantime, however, there is also more words that the railway has, of course, decommissioned the Siren's flight for the time being, as to touch up and hone in on their new security measures. However, the good office of Gygax and Greenwood is now seeing business better than ever. The Ten Thunders welcome Jamie who had obviously played no small role in the assistance of their particular task, and are working to help find Elizabeth. Though whether or not they will actually help, or whether or not they'll just try and squeeze as much use out of Jamie before eventually letting him go, well, is still led to be seen. Nikon, you are of course given quite a commendation for your valiant effort, and indeed you are actually given a small strike squad in which to work alongside, shall we say. And of course, Grizzles, you are arrested as basically for some reason or another it got in the paper that after the incident with the train, fingerprints were found on the discarded corpse of the train conductor, and it pinned you as the potential murderer. While you were on the run, you beseeched several people to verify that you were not the culprit, and eventually grew a distinct ire for those people who did not stand behind you. As that ire began to grow and the malice began to take you over, you noticed some strange things beginning to happen. Those acid wounds never really fully healed, and your skin started to take on a bluish hue, and you could have almost sworn that your hands, no matter how much you trim your nails, began to grow claws.
Oh, cool. I'm turning into one of them now.
And that is where we are going to end today's session with victory for all. But of course, this is Through the Breach, and Through the Breach is in Malifaux, and in Malifaux, as we all know, bad things happen. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Woo! I hope you guys had an amazing time. We did have a random plot twist from Lazy Titan. Sadly, I cannot honor that random plot twist, but I can maybe... Can I refund it somehow? I don't know if I can refund that.
Yeah,
Just push it forward to the next one and do Shade's head in when he comes back.
Yeah, make it a surprise for Shades.
Yeah, there we go. We'll do that. I'll do that one straight away. It'll be applied to the next game of your choice automatically. Just let me know, and I will add it. Because yeah, I mean we just got to the end of it, so yeah. All right. So
I point out that Byron does not do criminal defense work and will refuse to represent Cheshire.
there, that's probably it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm turning into one of the demons now anyways. What use would you have?
That's it. That's it.
I just want to make it clear that you should have a grudge against me, because you should.
Okay, so here's a couple of things, guys. First of all, thank you so much to my players. It is so nice, of course, getting a chance to play with some people I don't often play with. So a very special thank you to Grizzles and to DM Stretch for joining us today. Of course, a super special thank you to my Patreons, Rick and Neil. Guys, you guys help me do all this stuff. Your support is never ending, and my love for you is unconditional. So I enjoy doing stuff like this with you guys. I hope you guys had fun with this system. I know it is obviously a little bit different, but it's relatively simple once you get into the mix of it. Now, to answer Grizzle's question of how the hell do I get more cards? Well, once you get to the end of combat, you may also discard and draw back up to your hand size. So a standard good game going from 3 to 4 hours, you cycle through a few more cards. In this particular one, with a 2-hour session, usually one is pretty standard. But the good thing is we got through the deck pretty quickly as well, which will also at least give you a free draw. Now, in addition, guys, there is a new book coming out at the end of this month, as I partially mentioned at the beginning of the stream, and that is, of course, the From Nightmares book, where you can actually build and construct and play Neverborn characters, such as the Nephilim.
Which I am now becoming.
Which you are now becoming. And there are actually rules for even people who are turning into Nephilims and stuff. For the black blood is more than simply an acid. It is a curse bestowed upon certain individuals. And it's a very cool little lore stuff that comes from that particular character or creature. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, once again. And I am going to, of course, pass on the love by going and raiding one of the active channels here. A very special thank you to the Mercs of Mischief for their raid earlier on. You guys are absolutely freaking baller. Thank you to all our new followers, and of course a very special thank you to all of the miniature hobbyists that have made it into the chat today, such as Haunted Miniatures and of course Third Floor Wars. You guys are awesome. You guys are cool. All right, we are going to go and raid Robert Hartley, GM, who is doing some GM prep work, because we love Rob. Rob is awesome. Rob is a lot of fun. If you have not subscribed to Rob, be sure to do so when we jump in. Thank you once again, everyone, for coming and joining us today. Until next time, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. G'day, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, that was
Okay.
fun.